Smartphones continue to amaze me. How much can they offer for less money? And today I have another really astonishing phone at a very low price with Android Oreo, 18:9 display, dual 4G, face unlock and a bunch of other features for a staggeringly low $99 selling price. Welcome to my UMIDIGI A1 Pro honest hands-on review. Oh, did I not also mention the UMIDIGI A1 Pro is also bloody gorgeous? The icy blue version I got is stunningly beautiful. It's an all-metal design with a sort of glass covered back. In the phone is really solid and also comes with USB Type-C, a headphone jack, and as I said, Android 8.1 Oreo, stock Android 8.1 Oreo straight out of the box, and also facial ID recognition or face unlock, which is damn reliable for such a cheap phone. And well, it's a dual SIM phone, that's nothing to brag about, but this dual SIM phone can do dual 4G and VoLTE at the same time, and both SIM slots support a super large variety of network bands. So this phone will almost surely work in everywhere around the world with 4G, especially in the United States and Canada. So you can get dual 4G on a $100 device. This is something that even $500 devices don't offer on the market these days. And this also comes with USB Type-C, a headphone jack, and very well put together build quality. The phone feels super solid where you hold it. The metal and glass really have a nice ring to it. And if you think the display is bad, think again. Look how thin the side bezels and top and bottom bezels are on this phone. This is a $100 phone which has 80% screen to body ratio and it's HD plus resolution. Yeah, it's not the sharpest, but as you've seen zoomed up close, you can't see pixels or anything, and the display has a real very lifelike color palette that just makes everything worth watching, and is actually viewable in direct sunlight. I mean, it's not an AMOLED panel, but it's still viewable. And here it is. It's a 5.5-inch device. I haven't remembered a time when I could like reach the top and bottom of my phone with just my thumb and still have all this display, and it just absolutely vanishes in my pocket. It's so small. The metal build quality makes the phone weigh 180 grams, and it's 9mm thick at its thickest part, around 8.5 in its thinnest part as well. So it's not too thick, but it's definitely not thin as well. And thanks to the new MTK chip inside, the GPS is really solid, as is the audio quality. Speaking of this new MediaTek chip, it's the MT6739, which is a quad-core ultra budget-meant chip. It comes with the Power VR graphics, same company that recently did the iPhone series. And thanks to this chip, you do have dual 4G, VoLTE, Bluetooth 4.2, and native Android 8.1 Oreo support as well. The phone also comes with a 3GB RAM, 16GB of onboard storage, which is expandable, and it has all the sensors, even a barometer inside. When it comes to benchmarks, the MTK6739 is probably on par with the 6737, which is really not that high. This is a ultra entry-level market chip, and it does perform as such. Luckily, UMIDIGI have put decent storage in there, and very importantly, the stock Android 8.1 Oreo runs very well on the phone. It comes with the April security patch, and I'm pretty sure Android purists who love their stock Android will absolutely cherish this device. There's nothing else on the market. It's kind of like the if Google Pixel is like an ultra low cost phone. But with the MT739, as I said, it's an entry-level chip. It's definitely not the smoothest experience around. Apps open a little bit slower. There is some noticeable lag from time to time. So do know when you're buying this phone, if you're looking for the fastest phone available for your money, you won't find it in the UMIDIGI A1 Pro. It's still a very solid daily driver, and I think a lot of people will definitely think it's faster than the older phone if they were rocking a Samsung A3 from like 2-3 years ago. The phone has 3 GB of RAM, but once you load everything into memory, you can open like 16-17 apps in the background and switch between them without the phone rarely loading any of them. So really good RAM management, probably thanks to that stock Android Oreo, and zero bloatware on the device, if you don't count the Google Allo Duo and the apps. And it does come with split screen multitasking, and it does it quite good, but you can't resize the windows. Next up with my performance test is of course gaming. I have to say that I wasn't expecting really good gaming performance out of this phone, but it was still slightly below par in my expectations. Really heavy 3D graphic titles, you have to really lower the settings to low if you want to get playable frame rates. Every game on the Android store will run on this phone, but you have to lower the settings as low as possible to get it to go to say semi-competitive frame rates if you win a multiplayer oriented game. It's an okay gaming device, but it's not a very good one, because once you game for around 15-16 minutes, the phone gets around 45% hot and the battery starts to drain a lot faster, and the 3150 mAh battery is worth around 5 hours of screen on time on this device, which may sound pretty low, but this device does come with MediaTek's Pump Express charging, and the phone is fully charged in around 1 hour and 20 minutes only from 0%, and it's something really cool to have in your budget phone. And since it does have only 16 GB of onboard storage, I was able to put all my social apps and a few heavy games in there and still have around 3 GB left. This may be too much, too little for some people. If it's too little for you, definitely prepare to have an SD card when you're buying this device. One of the areas that really surprised me here was the camera. It's not that it's like really good, but it was surprisingly good for this price. It does feature electronic image stabilization. It's an f2.0 sensor by Samsung, but the bokeh effect on it is artificial. The shutter speed was really fast, the focusing speed was fast, and generally I took really good shots from my first try with this phone. I wasn't expecting the camera to be this good on such a low price device, considering all the other extras they've put in there, especially that really great screen to body ratio with display. Even when zoomed in twice, it still produces a lot of details. The color palette is a bit darker, I think, because of the cheaper lenses, but the sensor is definitely capable and can even handle like direct sunlight shots and even handle them pretty good. This sensor will even suffice some camera enthusiasts out there, as it does really good bokeh effects, but it does struggle a bit with dynamic range, and like a big bit, but this is to be expected. This is a $100 phone. Moving to low light shots, indoor and like real low light shots, the camera again impressed me. The photos had much less noise than I was expecting, and were actually quite usable, even in like really low light situations. So definitely a thumbs up for me. And the video is full HD, but the electronic image stabilization makes it really decent at this quality price. As good as the rear camera is, the front camera is meh at best. It's a narrow angled one and it's okay at best. Still, the rear camera is pretty darn good. So the UMIDIGI A1 Pro, a very good budget phone for me. Excellent display, handling, really unique, because there isn't any 5.5 18:9 phones, especially this beautiful one with really good rear cameras and stock Android Oreo. It doesn't come with a lot of storage. It's not the best gaming device on the market, but still, it's just a $99 phone that will probably work in everywhere around the world, and does have face unlock as well. You can buy the phone from the link in the description below. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. I gave you the facts, what is good, what is bad about the UMIDIGI A1 Pro, and it's up to you to decide if this is the phone for you.